When the market crashes, most people panic. They dump their coins at the very bottom. They swear they'll never touch crypto again. And then, a year or two later, they watch from the sidelines as others 10x, 20x, even 50x their portfolios with the exact same assets they sold in fear. So let me ask you something. When the next big wave of opportunity comes, do you want to be the one running from the fire or the one building generational wealth from it? Market crashes don't just destroy portfolios, they are the ultimate filter. They reveal which coins are truly strong and which ones were just riding the hype train. In this video, I'm going to break down the 6 key factors that will help you separate the long-term winners from the short-term losers. This is the framework you need to make smart, calculated moves in the chaos, not emotional ones. Stick around, because this is the information that turns market fear into financial freedom. All right, let's dive into the first and most critical survival factor: liquidity and market cap. Now, during a bull run, those shiny, low-cap altcoins with explosive potential look incredibly tempting, right? We all see the stories of a $1,000 investment turning into $100,000. But here's the harsh reality. In a crash, those are the first ones to collapse, and they collapse the fastest. Why? It's simple. There's just not enough money in the system, not enough liquidity, to support the price when everyone starts selling. Imagine a small bucket of water. If a few people take a cup, the level drops fast. Now imagine an Olympic-sized swimming pool. A few people taking a bucket won't even make a noticeable difference. That's the difference between a low-liquidity coin and a high-liquidity one. Large-cap coins like Bitcoin or Ethereum have deep liquidity. This means there are billions of dollars worth of buy and sell orders active at all times. This makes them much harder to manipulate and allows them to absorb heavy selling pressure without their price completely falling off a cliff. So, before you even think about buying the dip on a coin during a crash, check its liquidity. Look at the trading volume on major exchanges. If the liquidity is thin, it's like walking on thin ice. It might look solid, but it's incredibly risky. Stick to projects that have the financial depth to survive the storm. Next up, and this is where most people get it wrong in a bull market, is strong foundations and real use cases. During the good times, hype can make anything pump. A cool name, a funny meme, a celebrity endorsement, and suddenly a coin with zero utility is soaring. But during a crash, hype evaporates instantly. When the music stops, only the projects with real, tangible value are left standing. You need to ask yourself, what problem does this project actually solve? Is it creating a faster, cheaper payment system? Is it providing the essential infrastructure for decentralized applications to run on? Is it a smart contract platform that developers are actively building on? These are the projects with real-world adoption and a reason to exist beyond pure speculation. Think of it like building a house. Meme coins are like a fancy tent. They're fun for a weekend, but they'll get blown away in a hurricane. Projects with strong foundations and use cases are like a house built with steel and concrete. They can withstand the storm. So dig into the white paper. Look for partnerships. See if actual companies or people are using the technology. If it doesn't have a real-world use case, it probably won't make it through the winter. The era of meme magic ends when a bear market begins. Now for a factor that's often overlooked but is absolutely critical: tokenomics and supply structure. This can be the silent hero that props up a price during a downturn, or the silent killer that ensures it bleeds out slowly, no matter how good the project is. You can have the most compelling story and the best technology in the world, but if the token itself is designed poorly, you're fighting a losing battle. The key thing to watch out for is inflation. If a project is constantly printing new tokens and dumping more supply onto the market every week, whether through staking rewards, team unlocks, or something else, it creates constant downward pressure on the price. In a bull market, buying demand can absorb this new supply, but in a bear market, it's a recipe for disaster. Instead, look for projects with strong tokenomics. Are they deflationary, meaning the supply actually decreases over time through token burns? Is there a capped, fixed supply like Bitcoin, which creates scarcity? Does the token have strong utility within its ecosystem, like being used for gas fees, governance, or exclusive access, that keeps demand alive even when speculation dies down? A project's tokenomics is its economic engine. A well-designed engine can keep running smoothly through tough conditions, while a poorly designed one will sputter and die. Don't let bad tokenomics silently drain your portfolio. It's one of the most important due diligence steps you can take. Let's move on to the human element, which is just as important as the technology, community and development activity. Crypto is fundamentally built by people. It's powered by communities of believers and teams of dedicated developers. The strength of these two groups is a massive indicator of a project's long-term viability. Think about it. In a raging bear market, when prices are down 90% and morale is low, what separates the projects that fade into obscurity from the ones that come back stronger? It's the builders. If you check a project's GitHub repository and see that the development team is still actively pushing updates, fixing bugs, and shipping new features, that is a huge sign of strength. It shows they believe in their long-term vision, not just the short-term price. They are building through the winter, preparing for the spring. The same goes for the community. Is the Discord server still active with helpful discussions, not just when moon posts? Is the community organizing, educating new members, and supporting the developers? A strong, passionate community can act as a floor for demand, keeping the project relevant and alive through the worst of the crash. Price can lie, but development activity and community engagement speak volumes. Check the GitHub, read the announcements, and feel the pulse of the community. Builders always win in the long run. The fifth filter you should use is a question. Who needs them? I'm talking about ecosystem dependencies. This is a powerful way to identify a project's real importance in the crypto space. How many other projects, platforms, or applications depend on this one to function? For example, think about Chainlink. It provides essential Oracle services, real-world data, to countless DeFi applications across multiple blockchains. Without Chainlink, a huge chunk of DeFi would simply break. Or think about Ethereum. It's the foundational layer upon which thousands of tokens and dApps are built. Its ecosystem is vast. When other projects rely on a specific protocol to function, that protocol becomes too big to fail within its own niche. It becomes core infrastructure. These are the projects that are deeply embedded into the fabric of the crypto economy. Even if their token price takes a hit during a crash, their service remains in high demand. Because they are so essential, they are often among the first to recover and bounce back strong. So, when evaluating a coin, don't just look at it in isolation. Look at its role in the wider ecosystem. If it's a foundational pillar that others are building on top of, its chances of survival are significantly higher. And finally, our sixth and final factor, history and resilience. As the old saying goes, past behavior is the best predictor of future behavior. While this isn't a perfect science in crypto, it's a very valuable clue. Look at how a coin performed in previous market crashes. This applies mainly to projects that have been around for at least one full market cycle. Did the project's token price go to near zero and stay there, essentially dying and disappearing forever? Or did it take a major hit, but then gradually recover and eventually go on to set new all-time highs in the next bull run? Resilient coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum have been declared dead hundreds of times, yet they have survived every single storm and come back stronger each time. They have proven their anti-fragility. A project that has a history of surviving a brutal bear market has already demonstrated that it has the technology, community, and tokenomics to withstand extreme pressure. History may not repeat perfectly, but it often rhymes. And in the chaotic world of crypto, a proven track record of survival is a massive green flag. It tells you that the project has a strong enough foundation to endure the test of time and market volatility. Don't discount the power of resilience. So let's wrap this all up. Crashes are scary, yes, but they are also the ultimate filter. They are a force of nature that separates the temporary noise from the permanent foundation. They separate the hype from the real. If you follow these 6 steps, checking for deep liquidity and a large market cap, verifying real use cases and foundations, analyzing the tokenomics, confirming strong developer and community activity, understanding its ecosystem impact, and respecting its historical resilience, you'll stop guessing and start positioning yourself like a professional investor. You'll transform from someone who panics into someone who prepares. Remember the most important rule in this space. Real wealth is built quietly and patiently in the bear markets, and it's cashed out loudly in the bull runs. Now is the time to do your homework. If you found this breakdown helpful and it gave you a bit of clarity in the chaos, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. Share it with a friend who might be panicking right now. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more smart, no-hype strategies that actually work in any market. This isn't the end. This is the setup for the next massive wave. Stay smart, stay patient, and I'll see you in the next video.